Peace, family. Thank you for tuning in again. This is Aura Divine, and I go by Divine Intuition here on YouTube. And I wanted to come on here because I had a very significant transmission, apologies, and the dragons are speaking now, like fast. Um, so this year is the year of the wooden dragon, right? And I actually was tapping into a video. I was directed by my higher self to go ahead and catch another video or rewatch a video that someone on YouTube is in the metaphysical community and recently made a video that I had previously watched. It was about our dragon lineage for those of us who correlate or understand that they're part of a dragon lineage. Like I do, right? I'm actually born in the year of the dragon, so of course, naturally, I associate with dragons and fire for sure. But it's more than that. Dragons are actually associated to all four elements. I'm just not sure if most of us know that. So what happened was, I redirected myself to rewatch that video, and something clicked to the point where what he was saying was about timelines and something different. I paused it and a thought just came in, and I was like, "Oh snap!" First thing that I thought of was for some reason was Hogwarts. Of course, when you have thoughts, I don't want to say these thoughts, but when you have thoughts that just come and like swoop right in, right? Sometimes it takes you a minute to process what is being received. Like a picture, right? You have to kind of like receive the picture and then it has to like pixelate and then you get a clear picture, something very similar to that. However, I just did a little bit of research to finally see where the puzzle pieces fit perfectly. And sure enough, so the title of this video is The Houses of Hogwarts and Dragon Wisdom. Now, specifically, Dragon Wisdom is what I want to talk about because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show everyone, the family, how Hogwarts is literally the energy of a dragon, okay? And how basically Hogwarts is based off of dragons. Let's say the wisdom of dragons that has been passed down, but because every person is different in who they are as a person, these traits of the dragon are separated by houses, right? But they all house dragon consciousness. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to tap into that. Let's go ahead and let's pull this up real quick. All right. So these are the houses of Hogwarts, right? You have, of course, Gryffindor. You have Slytherin. You have Ravenclaw, and then you have Hufflepuff. So we're gonna go in order. Now, I pulled this one up just so that you can see its traits, right? And these are traits of people. However, these would be very similar traits to dragons, right? Now, the one thing that I wanted to make different was this word right here. Instead of ambition, let's go ahead and say cunning. Cunning is more of that word that I would associate Slytherin house to, right? Yes, they are ambitious people as a house. However, you see a lot of cunning and very deceptive or manipulative behavior. And still, I'm not gonna say that that's not an aspect of dragons, but that's neither here nor there. So Gryffindor is of a lion. You have a snake, you have a raven, and then you have a badger. Now, I actually had to kind of look up the badger, right? Or Hufflepuff. But the badger is supposed to be a spiritual resonance to a story keeper. Kind of my family, story keeper. Now, when I look at these characters or characteristics of the energies of these houses, we're gonna go down the line. Gryffindor is showing a lion. However, a lion is also associated to a dragon. Has anyone, let me pull it up real quick, watched the movie Spirited Away? Because Spirited Away is gonna show exactly what I'm talking about. Because I'm going to show you what Haku looks like. And Haku has hair and whiskers. Let me see if I can pull it up just as an image real quick. Alright family, this is Haku. This is the famous Haku. He is what you would consider the spirit or the dragon of the river. He's the river dragon. Now, you have dragons in all elements, but what I'm telling you is that just like these houses are also associated to elements. So we're going to go back, and now that you see that the hair has much to do with a dragon, just like anything else, just like all of these, we're going to go down the line. So I'm going to exclude the lion because yes, we know that the hair is to the dragon. However, think about griffin. What is a griffin? What is the mythological essence of a griffin? Family, if you are tied or have ties to a griffin, it is because you are associated to gold. Okay? Griffins are all about gold. As a matter of fact, they find golden objects and will only create nests of gold, solid gold. Think of the time where Hermione, Ron, and Harry are looking for one of the Horcruxes and they have to go to Bellatrix's vault, right? Hermione has to pretend like she is Bellatrix, and when they go into the vault, because they have to kind of like manipulate their way, right? What do they find before they get a dragon? And when they actually get into like the inner access of the vault, there's piles of gold. Again, gold, right? So we know that dragons are associated to gold, just like griffins are. No surprise there. Now this, we all know, serpents, right? Snakes, scales, tails. We'll move on from that. Wings of a dragon, okay? And then you have the badger. The badger is considered a story keeper. Now, the badger is in reference to what you would say a keeper of ancient knowledge. Even though this says wisdom, we're not going to do that, okay? Because think of what story keeper is. This is like ancestral, right? When you have elders, the elders are the ones who are the story keepers or the keepers of tradition, right? They keep things passed down from generation to generation. Is that not what Hogwarts is? It's literally a school passing down magic or the art, the magical arts from one generation to another generation to another generation. So much so that it's in their blood to have to go to Hogwarts, okay? So again, like I said, this movie, which I didn't realize until now, thank you for my dragon ancestors. The dragons were the ones who told me that, hey, this whole thing about Hogwarts is actually a dragon energy. It's us passing down the traditions and information, right, and practices of magic from generation to generation. Those who have the dragon bloodline, aka the magical bloodline, which is why everyone who has magic in their blood has to go to Hogwarts. Now I want to get into this right here, and this is the one thing that just topped everything for me. Draco Dormans Nunquam Titalanus Titalandus. Apologies. You know, me and Latin, we ain't that good. And I'm Latin. I'm just playing. I am, but I don't speak Latin. Alright. So, here's what I found. Well, let's go to Nunquam. Okay, so Nunquam is never, at no time, by no means, not at all. So this is what we're looking at. This is what it means. There's the Latin definition, or not in any circumstances. How to show you next actually doesn't show it, and if you can see, none of those actually are relevant. So we're gonna stop this real quick so that I can pull up another screen. Bam! Ready, steady, let's go. Okay, so that motto, and remember it said that, by the way, we're all family. That motto is never tickle a dragon or a sleeping dragon, pardon. Or never provoke a sleeping dragon. But it goes back to dragon family. Now it could be snake, but a snake is just another form of a dragon. But what I'm saying is that is literally the school motto. Never provoke a sleeping dragon, never tickle a sleeping dragon. Ain't that crazy? Once I saw that, because that little banner, so it's funny, I ended up finding this one after looking for so many different pictures, that this one was the one that I knew I had to grab because of this right here, because of the banner. The banner is actually the school motto, but remember, we're family after all. And that's all, family. I just wanted to show how Hogwarts is literally a passing of wisdom, of dragon wisdom, of magic, because they are the keepers of magic, but they are the origins, if you get my drift, of magic. And so it's the passing of magic from generation to generation to generation, but it's in generations of magic, of people who have magic in their blood. So it is a blood lineage of magic. And that's it. Thank you for tuning in again. This is Aura Divine. Everyone, have a great night. Peace out. See you next time.